Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
And I still hate it. I swear Abbott's full enough already.
2004 was a good year. Halo 2, Half-Life 2. I was thinner, better looking. Didn't know I can shave that unibrow. I look like this now for reference. Also in 2004, the madmen at Surreal Software decided to slam the two genres of horror and action together and see what happens. Sure, today that's a common combination of genres that mesh well, but not so much back in the mid-aughts. Survival horror was still the name of the game back then. Also, coincidentally, it's the name of the game again, with survival mechanics being shoved into everything for some stupid reason. And with the soon-to-be crowned king Resident Evil 4 still about a year away, Surreal Software beat Capcom to the punch and released The Suffering. Well, does it hold up? Well, I popped this grotesque abomination in to find out.
Willie's bed isn't even cold yet, and already they brought in a new guy.
That was the sound of me leaning back on my chair, f***ers. Right from the get-go, you are hammered over the head with a whole lot of cussing. The type of over-the-top dirty wording that lets you know they really wanted to earn that M rating. Like how HBO feels the need to justify their subscription cost with a random boob every 13 seconds.
I heard he killed his old lady and kids. Sick motherfucker. So f***ing what?
That is not going to be all right for long.
Motherfucker deserves to be strapped down and dosed.
Oh, it's not even random boobs anymore. They started throwing surprise wieners in there too. Remember that scene last season in Game of Thrones? It was like the first shot. Such a left field wiener. Jeez. Also, your name is Torque because the dumb idiot name generator was working at full capacity that day.
Don't you know who that is?
Why should I?
That's Torque.
Bork has found himself on death row on an island prison that's definitely not haunted. Your crime? Killing your whole gosh darn family. And all the other death row inmates are about to be brutally murdered in 3, 2, whoa, that was fast. Well, once all the pleasantries are out of the way, you finally take control, which, thankfully, is painless. Control issues are among the first things you'll notice in a lot of older 3D games. Even some mid-generation Xbox 360 and PS3 games don't hold up to more modern sensibilities. You'll have no issues here learning the ropes, though. Even after a few minutes, I was just breezing through it. Of course, this is a 14-year-old game, so there are some annoyances, like reload is on B, no matter how many times your muscle memory slams the X button. The inventory is also a little finicky, but these issues are minor annoyances. Just don't play in first person. I mean, it's a really neat feature that they let you switch between first and third, but it just feels awful to play it like an FPS. There's a weird acceleration that you can't tweak. Just trying to keep enemies in front of you is nearly impossible. There's also some weird frame rate issues and an FOV camera glitch that I only experienced in first person. It's just better to avoid it altogether, and that's a shame because these creatures really look awesome up close. They were designed with the help of Stan Winston Studios, and it shows. The monsters all look fantastically creepy and unsettling. Each represent a different unpleasant reality of America's dark past. One developer explained their designs as being based on prison life and culture, slavery, racism, unethical medical experimentation, mob mentality executions, the death penalty, the time Francis Ford Coppola cast Keanu Reeves in his dumb Dracula movie. This is heavy stuff. They're not just fun to shoot, they're appropriately unnerving. And a special shout out to this guy, a long dead mad doctor who brutally experimented on his patients at this very facility and who now lives on through magic projectors he's placed around the prison. That's simultaneously the dumbest and most awesome thing I've ever said out loud. Seriously, the creature design is A+. They also blow apart nicely too. I mean, taking a shotgun to the face of this screaming sword-legged mummy man is as fun the first time as it is the 100th. But don't get me started on these little... They look great, but they're just so damn annoying, and there's a few scenes where they throw like 50 of them at you, non-stop. Just a tip, when you get to the showers, make sure you have plenty of ammo and health, or if you're running low, you can just turn yourself into this spooky spookerton of Spookstown. When you kill enemies, you fill a meter, and once that meter is filled, you can do this neat party trick. I ended up almost never using it, though. I was never sure if this tied in with the game's black and white morality system. They're constantly reminding you that you're just a monster waiting to happen, or a good man who's been unjustly accused. What the hell accent was that? I was afraid indulging in it too much would somehow swing my morality meter down, and no one wants a bad ending. I'm still recovering from the bad ending I got back in Silent Hill in '99. You'll also run across prisoners and guards throughout your adventure, and when you do, your own personal shoulder, angel, and demon will try and convince you to either help them out of their predicament or introduce them to a cool Tommy gun you found around the corner.
Give him a chance.
Ah, to hell with protocol.
I mean, it's shallow to be sure. Like I said, I'm not even sure my actions really changed anything, but it's nice to know it was there to make you think twice before pulling the trigger. The game is your standard action fare. Make your way through some hallways, blow some baddies away, flip a switch, open a door, rinse and repeat. They do their best to keep the setting fresh as you explore every bit of the island prison, but by the end you're ready to be finished with it. It's a solid game with a solid setting and great creature design, but very little surprising or unique pass stats keep you heavily invested. However, you could do far worse for 8 hours. The suffering shows its age after 14 years, but it's definitely still worth a look.